Welcome again, ChoroQ fans. So today we have a Toyota Celsior. I did not know this was called a Toyota Celsior. I just assumed it was a Lexus LS400, or an LS430. Anyways, so it does have a Toyota badge on it, so it's called a Toyota Celsior. Okay, let's take a look here. So this is the third generation of the LS series, though. I'm still calling it a Lexus LS, which is the top of the line. Four-door Lexus, I guess, or Toyota Celsior. I guess this thing was available between 2000 and 2006, and it would have been powered by a V8 engine of around 4.3 liters, and making around 290 horsepower in the real world. Alright. Well, obviously, this is a cartoon caricature of those photographs you saw. And let's take a look at these details that were on here. It's got your standard 5 spokes here by ChoroQ. In this case, they're chromed out. Tiny little casting lines, for the door handles and the fuel filler cap. So pretty tight lines. I mean, much thinner than a dental pick. I don't really like the painted headlights, but actually, these are interesting. I didn't even realize. These are actually clear headlights, but there's silver paint behind them. So there actually is depth to this. So that's better than usual. Usually I'm just used to seeing silver on top of the plastic, like this grill. Alright, Toyota badge does look nice. And I guess there's some black paint in here. Or is it open? No, I guess it's paint. Alright, a highly smoked canopy to hide the motor. And then this side, yeah, same, I guess, a casting, issue. That's where it was torn off the plastic sprue when it came out of the mold. 2 exhaust tips here, molded into the base here. And just some red painted taillights. I don't know what any of this text means. Something 008. But it does say this is from 2008. So this is one of the newer ChoroQs for me. Screwed together base. Interesting that they would put these details right here. Most of them are just plain black. Alright, well, it's alright. I mean, it's an interesting car. Big sedan, but squished down into a cartoon. Now, let's do a little 3D wheel swap here. I have a 3D printer, so I designed my own wheels. But I designed the wheels that actually came on the first generation Lexus LS400. I just like the look of those more than the ones you saw in the photographs. This is problematic. A lot of times these tabs don't really want to let go. Okay, so it turns out, it was hard because the 2 exhaust tips were snagging right here and here. So I had to lift it up to the exhaust tips cleared, and then I was able to get it off the tab. So a little tricky there. If you're going to modify this yourself, just be mindful of that. Alright, so the motor is pretty straightforward. You just pull this tab forward, pull it out, and then the thing is, it's out. So I'm going to try to just mount the aftermarket, the 3D printed wheels without any blocking off here. So usually I put something in here, to block off that view, but I'm just curious. So I have this sticky tack stuff, and here are my 3D printed wheels. I just reused the tires, and we're just going to jam this whole thing in there. I guess it works actually, right? If you put enough sticky tack on. See the tires, see how that works. That's gonna do. The rear tires are so sunken in, but I like it. It's a cartoon car, right? So That's what we're gonna go with today. I can always fix it later because the putty doesn't leave a mark. It's not permanent. Alright, let's turn this thing on. So now you can see, yeah, it's very, very comical in its stance, but that's why I like these things. Alright, well, I don't have a Lexus LS430 or a Toyota Celsior in true 64 scale, so the closest thing I have is by Hobby Japan. It's a Toyota Century. You know, that's a big car in Japan. Anyways. Alright, let's take a look at the top view. So it definitely foreshortened quite a bit. Alright, well, that's it for today's comparisons. Let's let this spin on its own. So I feel like this is the kind of car that old Ben Kenobi would be driving. So this is a Bandai Gashapon Obi-Wan Kenobi. Alright, well, it's another case of me learning by collecting toys in this case. You know, I never knew about the Celsior, or never paid attention to it, but I definitely knew about the LS400, or the LS430, which is what this would be, I think. Okay, well, anyways, I do like the Choro-Qs. I mean, tell me this doesn't look like a cartoon, right? It's it's so foreshortened, and now with the 3D printed wheels, I think it looks better than the standard ones that it came with, at least. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you the next time.